To recapitulate what we were discussing yesterday, this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madam, Matsarya, they're all part of Jivatman. We cannot get rid of it 100%. And they damage us. So this is a very tricky position that we are into. We cannot get rid of it, and it always creates some problem. So what is the way out? I was quoting one Veda mantra which says, Yaireva sasrije ghoram taireva shantirastunaha. That is the very factors which are responsible for our problems. And the same factors get transformed into the factors which give us peace and bliss. The very factors which we are not able to get rid of 100%. So how we can do it? I was telling that it is by taming them. It's by taming them and taking them under our control instead of being under its control. Things will be fine. So how to do it? Let me speak in the modern day terminology. For every program we will have one front end and back end, right? A front end and a back end. So this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, that is the internal enemies, that we are looking at it as the front end. It's the front end what we are seeing. Now what is the back end? Now we are not able to get rid of them 100%. The meaning of it is the back end is so strong, but the front end we can always manipulate, we can always transform, we can always tame. So we will, instead of looking at it from the front end, we go to the back end. So the first one what we were discussing was about this Uluka Yatu. Yatu is the way, the nature, the behavior, the character, the trait of an owl. So the trait of an owl is referred to as Moha. So Moha is the front end. Now what is behind it? There is a back end. What is there behind Moha? Behind Moha what we have got is, number one, attachment. If attachment is not there, there is no question of Moha at all. So attachment is at the back end. And another thing is, in this attachment, we feel that whatever is there, it is mine. Attachment is not just attachment that it is mine. It belongs to me. It's part of me. That's how we look at it. So this is the back end. So this back end trait what is there, that is to get attached and to say that it belongs to me, it is mine, that cannot be got rid of. But the front end we can throw it out. That results in Moha, and in Moha what happens is with this previous or the back end, whatever that person does, we feel that it is right. It is right. We are not able to discriminate. We are not able to say what is right, what is wrong with that person because of that Moha. When that Moha covers our eyes, the person with whom we have got that Moha, whatever they do, whatever they say, appears right, appears correct. One best example what we have got is, in our Mahabharata epic, the Moha of Dhritarashtra with reference to Duryodhana. Whatever Duryodhana or Suyodhana did, Dhritarashtra said, it's okay, it's fine, it's wonderful. He was not able to discriminate, he was not able to analyze whether he's doing rightly or wrongly because he was shrouded with that Moha. That's the problem. But Moha is the front end. Back end is attachment and feeling that that person is mine. That feeling of thinking that the person is mine, he belongs to me, he is part of me, and the attachment, that's fine. There's no problem with that. But when it gets translated in the front end as Moha, where the person becomes blind, it's not that Dhritarashtra was physically blind, he was mentally also blind. That's why that Moha existed in him. So that blind nature has to be avoided. The back end could be the same thing. So what do we do? We love, we get attached to Every creature on the planet. Attachment is a must. To feel everyone is mine is also there in the back end. That will extend it to not just me, not just my family members, my kith and kin, but to the entire world. All creatures in the universe, it is all mine. I'm attached to all of them. Now this expansion of attachment and seeing me in every other creature, now this is no more called as moha, it is called as Vishwa Prema. Vishwa Prema. That is the moha which was disturbing me. Moha where I was blinded. Now this moha which blinded me and which took away my discrimination, now is converted into, is transformed into Vishwa Prema. Every other creature is mine and they are all part of me and I am attached to every living creature. That means I don't see these people are mine, these people are not mine. That kind of differentiation is not there. Everyone is mine, over. Upon this concept, a Subhashita has come in Sanskrit, which you are all aware of. Ayam nijaha paroveti, ganana laghuchetasam, udara charitanantu, vasudhaiva kutumbakam. That last line we are familiar with. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. For a noble person, for a person who is into Vishwa Prema, the whole universe is one family. He never discriminates that these people are mine, these people are not mine, they are different, separate. He doesn't feel like that. I am Nijaha, these people are mine. Nijaha is mine. Paraha Vaiti, Paroveti, they are different, they are not mine. Ganana Laghuchetasam, those with a narrow-minded attitude, this is their calculation. But Udara Charitanantu, those people who are broad-minded, they think that Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. That the whole world is one family and I am the member of that family. That's how they think. Now this thought has a Vedic root and that's what exactly I am telling them. Vishwa Prema is this nature. Now this moha is converted into Vishwa Prema. So the front end has become, instead of moha, it is Vishwa Prema now. But the back end remains the same. Attachment, love, feeling that it is mine, that remains the same. Back end remains the same. Front end has undergone a change, that is stemming, and this moha now is called as Vishwa Prema. And Vishwa Prema is very positive, and it is not an ari, it is not an enemy in us, but it is a positive quality in us. Vishwa Prema, we have everyone. Everyone are mine. Now there is moha no more. Now we have got Vishwa Prema in its place. Back end remains the same, that we should be able to understand. That back end we cannot get rid of 100%. Back end remains the same. Shushuluka yatum. Shushuluka yatum. Shushuluka is telling wolf. The trait of a wolf. Now the wolf is a symbol of anger, ire, anger, ire. Anger is part of our very nature of Satchit, the souls. But this anger is, the front end and is dangerous. It's an ari, it's an enemy in us. What is the back end for this? What is at the root of this ire? What is at the root of anger? Now what is there behind anger is intolerance. Intolerance. If you are tolerant, we never get angry. When we are angry, yes, we are intolerant for certain things. Maybe a thing, maybe a person, maybe a situation, something. We are not able to tolerate, so immediately I rise up. Immediately I flare up. And that's what we call as anger or ire. Krodha. Krodha is front end, which is dangerous. The back end is intolerance, and intolerance is inseparable. It is part of us. So what we do is that intolerance, which is inseparable, which is at the back end, we keep it as it is. Front end, we are going to change it. So what is it we are going to do? This krodha or anger or ire is transformed into, tamed into, converted into Manu. Manu, that's the word. Manu. Manyurasi, Manyum Maidhehi is part of Veda mantra. It says, "Oh God, you are Manu. Please give me that Manu." Manu is anger only, but it is a positive anger. That's very important. How do you understand it? The word Manu comes from the root Manajnane. Manajnane. Once again, back it means the same, intolerance. But that intolerance is expressed thoughtfully, then it becomes Manu. That thoughtfulness will not be there in anger. Just we flare up. We don't think, what is the situation? Should I behave like this or not? I am intolerant. I am not able to tolerate it. I just flare up. There is no question of thinking. There is no question of analysis. There is no question of control. That is krodha. That is dangerous. But here the same intolerance is there. The same intolerance is expressed, but it is controlled by manajnane. We think, we analyze the situation. We just doesn't flare up immediately, but you take a little time to think about it and decide how we should express our intolerance. We apply our mind. So applying the mind and expressing the same intolerance is what is called as Manu. Manajnana is the root. Manu is a positive thing. The front end now has become, instead of krodha, it has become Manu. Yes, in our life, for our improvement, for the welfare of the society and the world, we have to be intolerant. Towards what? That's a very important thing. We have to be intolerant against injustice. We have to be intolerant against exploitation. We should be intolerant against violence. Yes, these are all things to be opposed. They are not to be accommodated. They are not to be compromised with. What we do is, for silly things we flare up, and when we see these things, we keep quiet and say, I am non-violent. No. We have to be violent. We have to express our intolerance. We have to see that such things are prevented, prohibited. For that we need anger. Now this anger is a positive anger, which is called Manu. We express our intolerance and tell them, this injustice, behold, don't do it, don't exploit, don't inflict violence. This is wrong, this is inhuman. We speak out and we express our intolerance. Intolerance is inseparable. But expressing this intolerance in the form of Manu is favorable for us and also for the society. Anger troubles everyone. Manu, manajnane. Now, one major difference I will tell you. In the question of anger, the intolerance is self-centered. Because I am troubled, I flare up. It is self-centered in anger. But Manu, it's not self-centered, it is society-centered. What is harmful in society, I fight against it. I express my anger. But the cause of my anger is not self-centeredness, but it is the welfare of the society. This one major shift. Still intolerance is there in the back end. That we should not forget. Number one. Number two, if it is anger, our blood pressure will go up. We sweat, we shiver. We will not be able to talk properly. This is what happens when I am in anger. But when I am in Manu, all these things will never happen. When you are in Manu, when you are expressing intolerance, BP will not go up. Blood pressure will remain the same. I will not sweat. I will not shiver. I will not stutter. I will talk properly with all authority because it is supported by Jnana, Manu. Now, this is a basic difference between Krodha and Manu. Krodha has got limitation, self-centered. Manu doesn't have such limitations. It is wide and broad, and it is expressed in keeping in mind the welfare of the society and the world at large. So Krodha, which was troubling me, Shushuluka, which was troubling me, that trait now has been tamed, converted, and in place of Krodha, I have got now Manyu. Manyu is positive. Manyu should be there in everyone. Everyone should be intolerant against injustice, against adharma, against anyaya. Fine. There will be transformation in the society and the self. And expression of anger in the form of Manyu helps the soul also to become strong and pure. These are the benefits. I got all positive benefits out of Manyu, but Krodha is an enemy which spoils us, which poisons us. Shvayatam. Shvayatam. Next one. Here, Shva is represented as, the trait of a dog is represented as jealousy. Jealousy. Of course, we speak of the dog being faithful. But as far as God is concerned, the dog is concerned, the level of the dog, it cannot understand what faithfulness is. Because its basic instincts are Nidra, Ahara, Bhaya, Maithuna, over. We interpret its reaction as faithful. Of course, it protects its master. Because not a faithfulness, but it sees in this master, in its master, its food, its comfort, its protection. So it loves that master. That love is the word which we interpret. But it is its necessity. It has to protect its football. Who is the football? The master is the football for it. It's not able to understand as its master, and master has given me so many things. So in gratitude, I have to say, no, it's trying to save its football. That's all. The master is a football. This we are talking at the level of the dog, not as the level of human beings. Human beings can have such emotions, can have such gratitude, can be faithful, but not a dog. It cannot understand these complex emotions. It cannot. Its basic instincts are Nidra, Ahara, Bhaya, Maithuna, over. It looks at the master as one who protects it. That is, which helps it to overcome the Bhaya. So it looks at the master as something which is against Bhaya. That's all. It can understand things only in those terms. Nidra, Ahara, Bhaya, Maithuna. And another thing what it represents is jealousy. Whether it wants it or not, whether it's necessary for it or not, it doesn't allow others to come near it. That's again based on its basic instinct, Nidra, Ahara, Bhaya, Maithuna. This is called as jealousy. There is something. It feels that it is part of its master. So it protects it. Because it wants the master to give it its food. The terms are the same. Whether the thing what it is protecting is useful to it or not, that's not the question here at all. Though it doesn't need it, it doesn't allow others also to use it. So this is what we call as jealousy. This jealousy, because somebody will use it, somebody will take it out, and it will not be there here under my control. That is a basic back end of jealousy. And how this jealousy comes up? Let's just analyze. Say I'm jealous about some X who is a very, very rich person. I am not so rich. So he is so rich, I am not so rich. So I feel jealous about that person. Now what do we call this? It is looking at the final stage, looking at the result, I become jealous. I see he is rich. I see I am not rich. So it is the final result. Now jealous in the result, in the final result, is not right. It is harmful, it is an ari, it is an enemy. But jealousy is a part of my back-end program, it's there. I can't overcome it. Then they say, shift your jealousy instead of the result. By looking at the result, you be jealous about the way they have reached that stage. In the process, don't see the result, see the process. And if you want to be jealous in that process, fine, it's good. Now how? The same example. A person is rich, I am not so rich. I become jealous. Don't look at the result, that is the richness, but the process of how that person became rich will look there. Now the person could have become rich in the right way or in the wrong way. If the person has become in the right way, so rich, then I will understand that I also have to strive and work and sweat to become so rich. So he is my competitor. Instead of jealousy, there will be a healthy competition between me and that person. Because I am looking at the process, not the result. Now suppose the person who is rich has acquired that wealth in the wrong way. This I will be able to understand when I look at not the result, but the process, the method by which he has got it. So when I look at the process and understand that this person has ill-gotten this wealth, then what is it I feel? Oh, this is not the way to earn wealth. So this whole wealth what he has acquired is unworthy. So there is no jealousy, there is no competition. Both are gone. I don't compete with him in that wrong way. And I'm not jealous about the wealth because I know that wealth is ill-gotten. You see, the whole jealousy which was troubling me, which was harming me, now has been converted into zero, nullified, or a healthy competition. Both are good. If zero jealousy is not there, if healthy competition is there, excellent, let it be there. I will also strive. I will also work hard day and night to become so rich. Because I have seen the process, how it has become. So the jealousy which was troubling me, which was harming me, now it will become a healthy competition. It's converted into a healthy competition. So what was jealousy is no more jealousy, but is a healthy competition. Arogyakara spardha. Arogyakara spardha. Moha has become Vishwaprema. Krodha has become Manyu. Matsarya has become Arogyakara spardha. Next one. Kokayatam. Koka is a type of a bird which is very close to nightingale. And the tendency of that bird is it always involves in love and love and love, nothing else. Desire and desire and desire. And finally it dies because of the desire of it. So sensual, sensuous. And because that sensual behavior, it loses its life. And that is called as a Koka Pakshi. Koka bird, close to nightingale. Now this is harmful. But what is there behind it? The back end. The back end here is behind this Kama. It is a symbol of Kama. Behind this Kama, the back end is desire. Desire. Now this desire I cannot overcome. It is part of me. But the front end I can change it. So what we do is we convert the desire which is Kama, which is harmful, which is an internal enemy, we convert it into Manisha. Manisha is the word for that. Mana plus Isha. The root for Isha is Ichchayam. Ichha is nothing but desire. Ichchayam. The desire is there. But it is not just desire. It is Manisha, Man plus Isha. Once again, what is that Man? Manajnane. Now this Isha, this desire is subservient to Jnana, is subordinate to Jnana. Now whenever there is a desire, in Kama, the desire just gets itself expressed and goes after its desired thing. That is Kama, dangerous. But here, Manisha is there, desire is still there, desire is not lost. But whenever there is a desire, it is verified, checked by Mana, that is Jnana. To analyze it, is this desire right? To what extent? How? How we have to express this? And what is it we have to get? And in what way? Lot of analysis will go before we really act to achieve our desires, to get our desires. So the desire is controlled by Jnana. Then it becomes Manisha, and this is very helpful, nothing is wrong there. Because the desire doesn't run as it is, but it is controlled by jnana. If you understand this Isha as a horse, now this Manisha or Man or Jnana is the one which controls that horse. So if the horse is under control, there is no problem at all. The reins are there for the horse. If the reins are not there, the horse runs hither and thither and there could be any problem because it's uncontrolled. Now the horse is still there, desire is still there, but it is controlled by means of reins, and those reins are nothing but the jnana. The desire is evaluated whether it's right or wrong, whether it is just or not, whether it is dharmic or not dharmic, when it has to be acquired, the desired thing, in what way. So a lot of analysis goes before the desire is converted into action to get the desired thing. So what was kama earlier now becomes manisha, and manisha is positive. Still in the back end that desire is there. The desire I cannot get rid of. But the desire is now transformed into manisha. Now this is wonderful. We have no problem at all. Manisha is good because before we go after our desires, there is a lot of thinking analysis that goes before it. That is manisha. Suparnayatam, next one, Suparnayatam. Suparna is telling it as the eagle. It is the symbol for mada. It's a symbol for mada, egoism. Now they have given this eagle as an example for that, as a symbol for that, because eagle will always perch at a very high place. It flies very high. That's its nature. Say a person who is egoistic, he says, I am supreme, I am final, I know everything, I don't care. Let anybody say anything, I don't care. That I don't care is the back end for that mother. If I don't care is not there, mother is not there, mother is gone. But I don't care is a nature, is a trait that is part and parcel of every jivatma. We cannot overcome it. When it results in egoism, it is very dangerous. It is an internal enemy. I don't care. Let anybody say anything, I don't care. What I feel like, I do. What I feel like, I talk. What I like, I think like that. What I am doing is right, perfect, excellent. This is the way the person behaves. So I say the person is egoistic. He cannot be mended. He thinks he is right. He has got a blind, he has got a deaf ear for everybody saying. He doesn't care at all. He is very dangerous. But I don't care is in the back end. Let it be there, no problem. But front end we have to change it. So how do we change it? So we call vrata, this which I have explained several times. Vrata is something we should be practiced in our life continuously. Ahimsa is a vrata, satya is a vrata, asteya is a vrata, brahmacharya is a vrata, aparigraha is a vrata. So these vratas have to be followed by us continuously in spite of hurdles, obstacles, problems. It's a must that we have to follow these things. Now when we are following, say for example Satya, I am following Satya as a vrata. Then there are hundreds of people who criticize me. What a fool you are. The whole world is going in one way and you are doing things another way. Or the grandchild of Satya Harishchandra, they comment, they criticize. Sarcastically they come in the way for practicing it. Now at that point of time, what we should have in us is, I don't care. I don't care. You comment in any way, you criticize in any way, the path I have chosen is right, and I stick on to it, and all your comments, all your problems, I just say I don't care. You see that I don't care is required there. To follow the vrata continuously. And what is called as? It's called as vrata nishtha. It's called vrata nishtha. When you are practicing right things, telling I don't care for the criticisms is called as not mada, It is, I don't care if he is still there in the back end. It is called as Vratanishta. I am deaf to somebody's comments because I am on the right path. If I am not steadfast in my path, if I listen to their comments and criticisms, I lose my path, I lose my direction. I will be lost. There I have to be stubborn. I have to be stubborn. And the stubbornness for Vrata is called Vratanishta. For something wrong, it is called egoism. That makes all the difference. Where you are stubborn, for what you are stubborn, that decides whether it's Mada or whether it's Vratanishta. But the back end is the same. That is, I don't care. I don't care is required for Vratanishta, and it is not an enemy, it is a tamed one, and that helps us a lot. We can be steadfast in our Vratas, we can be steadfast in our practices and principles. So this Mada has been converted into steadfastness or Vratanishta. Suparnayatum is now tamed, and it has become our friend, and it results in, that Vratanishta results in our progress. Now it's nowhere an enemy. It's a slave, and it gives us progress. Last one, Gridhayatam. Gridha is a vulture, I was telling, and this vulture is a symbol for Lobha, avariciousness. You observe a vulture, they'll all be searching for corpses, dead bodies, dead animals. Once these vultures come there, sit there for a while, you will not find even a speck of the dead body. Everything will be consumed and over. It will be cleansed like anything. They don't leave even a small speck of it. Avaricious. They eat and eat, consume, and they will not leave anything as a reminder. All remains will be gone. That's a vulture. That is the nature of Lobha. You give, and it will say, not sufficient, I want more. Greed, Lobha, greed, avariciousness is the nature of that vulture. And that nature is in us. Now that greed is the front end. What is the back end? Back end is dissatisfaction. However you give, however much you give, it says, not sufficient, give me more. Unquenchable thirst. That's what we call as Lobha. It never says, I am contented. It is always dissatisfied. Discontentment is the back end. We cannot avoid it. It is part of our very nature. Now, how to tame it? How to convert it into something positive? How to make this discontentment our slave? Now, that's the question now. Usually, our discontentment or dissatisfaction is with material things. Generally. You give me money, 1 lakh, 1 million, 2 millions, 10 million, billions. Even then I'll say, why I should have got trillions? That's dissatisfaction. However much you give, they say, I'm not satisfied. I want still more, I want little more. Most of the time, this is all with reference to, I repeat, with reference to physical and material things. And the material things are in short supply always. It is limited. The material things are always limited, and it has to be shared between all the creatures, and everybody gets only their share. Asking for more is not right. They will not get it. Even if they get it, they cannot protect it because it's the need of other creatures also. They'll fall upon us and snatch it away. So our dissatisfaction and discontentment with reference to the material things will never be complete. We can never be satisfied. That dissatisfaction continues forever. And that is the cause for our problems. And then it becomes an enemy. Ari within us, enemy in us. Now this we have to tame. Back end is dissatisfaction, that we cannot change. Front end we can change. Instead of being dissatisfied with reference to material things, we can be dissatisfied with the knowledge what we have got. Let us be dissatisfied with what we know. I want to know more, I want to know more, I want to know more. I will not stop. I am not satisfied with what I know. I want to know still more. So you need reorient it from material things to knowledge and wisdom. Now the field of knowledge and wisdom is infinite. Everyone can take as much as they want. Still, knowledge is abundant. It's in abundance. But material things are not in abundance. So when it comes to knowledge, it's abundant and we can be dissatisfied forever, no harm at all. We can learn and learn, learn and learn, know and know. Become wiser and wiser. Now what is this called? It is called as Jignasa. Jignasa is the try to know more. The thirst to know more. Jnatum Icha Jignasa. Jnatum is to know. Icha. I have a desire to know more and more. I am not at all satisfied. I am not at all satisfied. Fine, wonderful. More you are dissatisfied, you become more knowledgeable. More you are dissatisfied, you become more wise. More you are dissatisfied, more knowledgeable you become, more scholarly you become. Fine. No harm done. More and more we start knowing things, more and more we realize truth, our life becomes simple. We can make this whole world a beautiful place to live in. If you are dissatisfied with reference to knowledge. But what is happening is, we are satisfied with what we know, that limited knowledge, and we are avaricious about material things which are finite. If you are avaricious, it should be for something which is infinite. Then there is no problem at all. Anybody can have as much as they want. This is called as Jignasa. That Lobha has to be converted into the Jignasa, and dissatisfaction is in the back end, and that remains same. That we are not changing. What is a dissatisfaction towards what we know? The whole picture is different now. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, now they become totally different. Kama has become Manisha. Krodha has become Manyu. Lobha has become Jignasa. Moha has become Vishwaprema. Mada has become Vratanishta. Matsarya has become healthy competition. Beautiful. Now all those things which were troubling us, being enemies in us, now they have all been tamed, and now they have all been our slaves, and they are all giving us all positive results. So all that is in the front end have to be rubbed off. Drishada iva pramrana raksha indra. Oh God, all that front end what is there, we just remove them. You rub it off. You scratch it off. And whatever is there in the back end, let they all be converted into these things. Yaireva sasrujai ghoram. The back end which is troubling us, now let the very things help me out. Help me to become more and more useful, and let my life be purposeful, and let me strengthen my soul, let me purify my soul. Now this is the essence of that whole mantra. Ulukayatum, Shushurukayatum, Jahishwayatum, Uta Kokayatum, Suparnayatum, Uta Gridhayatum, Drishadeva Pramrana Raksha Indra. So to get rid of is with reference to the front end. Front end we have to get rid of. Back end we cannot get rid of. Doesn't matter. Don't worry at all. Let the same back end be tamed and we converted into something which is positive and which bestows on us peace, bestows on us comfort, bestows on us all happiness, bestows on us the bliss. The same Kama Krodha, but now they are no more called as Kama Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They are called by different name. Back end is the same. Now when you understand life in this way, we are not against Kama, but we are against the front end Kama. We are converting into Vishwaprema. That's wonderful. Let the back end be the same. Now it is tamed and is called as Kama has become Vishwaprema, Krodha has become Manyu, Kama has become Manisha, Krodha has become Manyu, Lobha has become Jignasa, Moha has become Vishwaprema, Mada has become Vratanishtha, and finally, Matsarya has become healthy competition. All have been now converted into positive things. And once we know this process of converting the internal enemies into positive, helping slaves, wonderful, the quality of life improves.